This is quite simply the greatest thing which has ever hit Overwatch. This thing is stupidly awesome. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the new server browser feature, the new custom game feature. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa and this is Unit Lost, and this is absolutely phenomenal, because what we've got to think about here is we've got to think about the future of Overwatch. We've got to go forward into the future, not about right now, because right now Overwatch is a great game. Everyone loves competitive, everyone loves the arcade, and everyone loves all of that stuff. But what do we need going forward into the future? Well, we need endless replayability. Now sure, you can endlessly play competitive over and over again. People like me will get a lot of enjoyment out of that because they like to see their self sort of improve as a player and all of that good stuff. However, it's nice to play games for fun, isn't it? I get fun out of competitive. I know a lot of people do, but sometimes it is a bit of a drag, right? If you go on a losing streak or things start to happen that are not in your control, you get a troll on your team and all of that stuff, it's not great. So, fast forward to right now. This is the new custom game feature. Now, I covered this in a video a couple of days ago on the channel where I spoke about sort of the ways you can make games and all of that stuff, but what I want to do in this video is just talk about how huge this actually is. For the first time in a very long time, I played Overwatch simply to play Overwatch. There was no, I need to do this. There was no, what am I going to do? What team build do we need? And all of this stuff. There was no pressure. It was just absolute raw fun. What you're seeing here is a Quake game mode, and this is fantastic. What it is Farah. She can't use a jump jet. She can sort of hover, as you can see. She moves 500% faster naturally. Projectiles are 500% faster, and I think they do 500% damage. So it's pretty much an instant kill when you hit people. But this is so much fun. I mean, this was beautiful. Oh my god! If you follow me on Twitter, which you should do, which is @UnitLostGaming, you would have seen me put that out on Twitter the other day, it was absolutely beautiful. So let's just look at modding and what this does to games, because that is essentially what we've got here. We've got developer-sanctioned mod tools within the game that are very easy to use, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in any other game. So if you look at Minecraft, right? Okay, maybe not, you guys probably don't play Minecraft, I don't play Minecraft, but why is Minecraft so popular? Endless modability. Sure, it's a massive sandbox and it's very creative and loads of people play it, but it has endless mods. It is always there. Look at Skyrim. Why is Skyrim still popular to this day, especially on PC? Oh my god, the mod community for that game is absolutely massive, like insanely massive, and it keeps the game alive. It keeps the game going, and Blizzard know this. Hell, you want to look at Blizzard games? Well, look at this. Look at Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3, the mod community for that game invented the MOBA. You would not have League of Legends. Dota was built inside Warcraft 3. You would not have those games without Blizzard and without Warcraft and without its mod tools. If that doesn't show you how powerful this is, well then I don't know whatever would. I mean, also, Warcraft 3 also invented the tower defense game as well. They wouldn't have been a thing without mods. StarCraft had mods as well, but generally Warcraft 3 is seen as probably the best moddable game that Warcraft ever made, that Blizzard have ever made, which is just insanely phenomenal. I mean, look at this game mode here. This is just super speed Reinhardt, super damage, everything's super fast projectiles, super fast charge. You would think this would be stupid, but it is so much fun. It is, to me, it's phenomenal to see the game played in a way that you're not used to seeing it play, right? I play a lot of Reinhardt. I'm used to seeing Reinhardt move around slow. I'm used to seeing Reinhardt, you know, get into position, charges pretty quick. But this was like, whoa! I mean, like, this area here, it's like a bowling alley. You can just blast up and down. It's so much fun. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, mods, they will secure the long-term future of the game. That is why I believe this feature is actually the best thing they have added to Overwatch. Full stop. Because what we're looking at here is this is the second incarnation of the custom game system, because the first one wasn't too great, right? You could basically start a game. You could change some of the rules. I don't know what that charge was. You could do things like that, which was fine. This version, though, let's call it version 2.0, it lets you change ability, well, the way abilities work. So you can speed up abilities, you can change the projectile speed, change the amount of damage you can do, you can change the movement speed, and this is all kind of the next evolution of that. But where do we want to go from here? Because what this lets us do is, well, we can sort of invent our own balance if you think about it. If you want to see maybe Zenyatta, I think he should move faster, right? So if I mean, I don't know whether I do, but I'm just saying it, you know, just for argument's sake. I want Zenyatta to move faster. I wonder how that will work out. What the hell? I wonder how that would work out. Well, you can do that now, and you can increase his speed slightly. I'm not saying give him a 500% speed increase, because that wouldn't be too good. But then you could show things. You could say, well, look at Zen. He actually moves a bit quicker now. Maybe he's a bit stronger than he was before. Maybe this is a bit too OP. Because this is what the devs do for balance, right? When you look at the balance of Overwatch, it's very minor changes that you see a lot of the time to heroes. So you can do this now in the custom game feature. Like, if you for some reason feel that Reinhardt should be able to charge slightly faster, and then you do that, then, well, you can test it. You can just change it and test it, and that is such a phenomenal thing. But beyond testing, beyond all of that, this means you can just have completely stupid, crazy fun. The game modes I've been seeing so far, and Blizzard have said they are monitoring these game modes. So when this goes live, what they will actually be doing is, if game modes are really, really popular, they'll just make it a game mode, which will just be fantastic. I'm talking in the arcade, obviously. It won't be like a competitive game mode, because obviously balance and all of that still applies there. But yeah, what game modes have I been seeing? Well, the Quake Pharaoh game modes, I really enjoy those. There is a Sombra Predator mode, where you've got Sombra, who is like super strong and super fast, against Soldier 76, who is the Marine. So you've kind of got the Marines versus the Predator. The Marines are not very strong, and obviously Sombra's invisible, and she picks them off one by one. It's actually quite fun. Then you've got the boss mode battles, where you've got... I played one where there was a Lucio boss, and that was actually kind of very irritating, because Lucio was too quick. He healed pretty much instantly, and he was practically unkillable, so it wasn't the greatest thing ever. Like, you had to play McCree to even try and... Like, you had to flash him and try and kill him, but he, as soon as you shot him, he just would heal up. It was ridiculous. So things like balance just go out the window. There are this game mode, obviously what you're seeing here, the Reinhardt crazy, just super speed game modes. You've got game modes where people just turn everything to max, and it is crazy. You've got standard game mode you see sometimes, but the payload moves 500% faster, which is actually really funny to play, because the payload is just like, it just looks ridiculous. Counter-Strike as well. You'll see that coming up again in this video towards the end of it, but there was a Counter-Strike game mode, and it was really interesting, because you had to sort of play the game, well, like Counter-Strike. That's the people who set up that game mode obviously wanted you to do, like, not just rushing in, taking damage, because you didn't get, there was no heals. I was playing McCree, so I basically had a D-Eagle, and I'm like trying to do it all methodical and slow. It's really, really fun. What this whole system does is gives you the chance to experience Overwatch in completely different ways. I said at the start of this video, I really enjoy playing competitive, and I think I always will. However, there are loads of people, more people out there, that enjoy playing games just for fun, just to mess about, just to have a good time, which I do. And I forgot, honestly, how that felt until I played these games the other day, and I just was like, this is so much fun. Like, it is so much fun just to fly. Like, I'm laughing, I'm smiling at the monitor, and also I did 42,000 damage. The only card that showed up. I don't think you'll ever see that ever again. I mean, if that was done in a live game, that would be an absolute goddamn miracle. Holy hell. Of course, you get this game mode as well, which is the Omnic Crisis, and you don't actually have to play the games. You can just spectate them if you like. Based off my evidence, though, of watching and playing in various Omnic Crisis game modes, so it's Bastion and Zenyatta, and Zenyatta's called Killer as well on this team, which is like, oh my god, he's the killer, against, well, just humans, basically. I don't know how we ever won, because the Omnics always win, because they're so powerful, they just mow everybody down. Ridiculous. So what do I want to see for the future, right? Because this isn't a perfect system. It is insane what they've managed to do, because an idiot like me can just make custom rule sets, and well, anyone can do it, right? The system is still being developed and worked on, obviously, but where can this go in the future? Well, right now we can only change like ability cooldowns, like projectile speeds, movement speed, and things like that, right? We can do a lot of changes to the way maps work as well, so movement speed of payloads, capture time speeds, and things like that. We can't edit the maps, though. I would absolutely love it if we had like a feature. There is a system called Snap Map for Doom, which is a mod system where there's basically cells of maps, like of a room, and you can sort of connect them together to build your own map. It's like really simple to use. I'd love to see that for Overwatch. I think that would be very difficult to do, because they'd have to produce a ton of art assets for it and all kinds of stuff. But imagine being able to edit the map. That would be phenomenal. Imagine if they gave us their map editor that they use, but in sort of a more user-friendly version, so you can do it within the game. Imagine that. That would be absolutely... well, it just would be ridiculous. What about being able to set up scripts as well? Now, a script is basically something like an automated system to run. So you could basically build a raid in World of Warcraft, and a raid from World of Warcraft in Overwatch. I honestly believe this is something they're probably going to do in the future with like PvE styles of content, like a big boss battle in like a dungeon kind of crawl situation. I think that's Overwatch is ripe for that, given all the different heroes and the way that they work and all that stuff. But imagine if they let us do that as players. That would be ridiculous, because you could take maps, like you could take, I don't know, this map, Shrine Nepal, and you could just be like, right, there's going to be a massive boss in the middle, we've got a raid and we've got to take them out, and You know, you could set them up so it's AI, so the boss has got different abilities. And hell, talking about abilities, what about giving heroes abilities from other heroes? What about increasing a hero? Like, imagine if you gave McCree, that was a beautiful shot, gave McCree like Lucio's speed aura, or Lucio's healing aura, or Zarya's bubbles or something. It would be ridiculous. Imagine if you could just make new heroes. Oh, this thing is ridiculous, guys. I hope in this video I've highlighted just exactly how powerful this is and what this means for the future of Overwatch. It's massive. This is huge. I never expected them to give us this as fast as they did. I mean, hell, I never expected them to give it us anyway. I thought they were just going to keep releasing game modes into the arcade and leave it at that. But they have given us the tools here as players to make our own game modes. Sure, I'm joking to death because I've still got a bit of a sore throat. But sure, it's still kind of basic in the way it's been implemented. But it's so user-friendly, and when we're going to see more features added to this, I think this is just ridiculous. Like, I cannot stress how huge this is. This means the game will have endless replayability. You won't have to be the guy who plays competitive all the time. You won't have to be the guy who plays quick play or is stuck playing in certain modes. No, now you can make your own game modes up, and people will join them through the server browser and play with you. It is huge. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.